Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I got something special, something really special to show you. Look at what I got. I got the Tim Holtz travel media surface mat. This is for the travel mat. I often use my travel mat size on my desk because I don't have too much space. I do own the bigger one, but I often use the small one on my videos whenever you see my videos. Now this is very exciting because one of the things that I like about this, in the past, if you see my older videos, I used to use the brown one all the time, and it was super cool. Even though the mat brings the small part of this type of material that you can put here to create the mixes with the inks, you know, this is the one that the travel mat brings. And so you go and put this here, right there, right? And then you can come over here. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you can see it better. There you go. You're gonna have a reflection over here. I'm so sorry about that. I'm gonna block it a little bit. So in this area of the mat, when you're working, you can use this to mix with the inks and things like that, or if you want to paint or whatever you want to do. Now I've been often using it. This one is, I really take care of it very well. However, with time you can see little dots and things because it will stain a little bit, but you know, I kind of take care of it. I often put it below my mat, my glass mat, and that's where I save it so it doesn't get messed up or anything like that. Now this one is really exciting because this will cover all of it, and what I want to okay, let's open it, because what I want to see is if I don't get more reflections on the media mat. So that's that. I'm gonna put the box away, and oh, I love this. The size is so cute. I don't have the big one yet, but I will be getting that one too for my other big media mat, right? So I'm gonna take the plastic out. Plastic is gone, and all I gotta do is kind of like fix it, you know, accordingly to, oh, it's kind of like upside down, but I can feel it. It's the feeling is a little bit different. I don't know, it's not as smooth as the one that the mat brings, but let's see. It's supposed to be magnificent, so I'm gonna just flat it out with my hand. You can see, right? And I like the corner aspect of it. This is made by Tonic, by the way, because Tonic is the one that also have created the glass mat for Tim Holtz, right? Okay, so I'm gonna try to put the bubbles out of the way because I might get some bubbles. But this is awesome because, again, I don't get the lights on the glass mat. So this is a great surface to work with. Again, you can do all kinds of things here. It doesn't mean that I have to use it all the time. Sometimes you will see me using the glass mat as well. But often, this was the only surface I used to work in the past. Everything I did here was done in a surface like this. And you can see it on my, again, you can see it on my older videos. This is amazing. I mean, I really like it. I like the rubber corners that will hold it down a little bit better, and you can't really mess up the corners. That's a very good add to the mat. And it really reminds me way back in the days, guys. That was way back in the days. This really reminds me of when I was a kid at school. They would, if we had like some sort of exam or practice that we had to do that we had to write, they will bring this little mats, like smaller than this obviously, and they had like this plastic corners, and then you will slip the paper through this, and that's what we will hold the paper, and then you can write on that. And usually the ones that we had were blue and red, and so that was very cool. Anyway, let's go back to this. So another thing that I got was another tiny attacher. I used to have this in the past. I don't know where it is. It must be in some box somewhere in a storage right now. So I decided I wanted to get another tiny attacher. I actually was very excited about it because I got it with a really good coupon, and I mean, I couldn't beat the price. So we got the tiny attacher again, so that's very exciting. And I also got the tiny blending tools. So the tiny blending tools, this is a new little thing that Tim Holtz came out with. Compared to the older ones, look at the size. It's tiny. They're very tiny, and they bring the dome foam. Now I have to buy more foams because I just want to try them out first. But they're supposed to be really cool for little tiny details, so I'm really excited about that. I'm gonna put this on the side as well, and as you can see, they're very tiny. I love it because sometimes this big ones, see, I have a big one here with a dome. See the difference? Look at that. Look at the difference of size. There, it's a big of a difference. So that's fun. So this one, sometimes this one is kind of like too big for the little tiny inks. Alright, you can see here, we can bring one ink out. Right? So now this one, oh man, I'm already falling in love with this. Because I have small hands, and sometimes this is kind of awkward when you're trying to, it's awkward holding it. And when you're trying to like stain a paper or something, you know, but I've been using them forever. I mean, I love them, but this, ooh, this is so cute. And then see, now you can dab on this, and it's kind of cool. I really like this. Alright, I think I have space for it right here. I'm gonna put them right here for now. Okay, little blending tools. What else? I think I showed this on a live. Let me put this. I'm trying to put everything away. I showed this on a live. I have the media grid as well. So I did cut it because I didn't want to do that on camera. The media grid comes in this box right here. It's a 10.5 by 12, and you can cut this the size you want. Now when I opened it and I put it on top of the media glass, it was way bigger than the travel media glass, so I decided I wanted to cut it. Now I had the good idea as well, because everything sticks on it, which is kind of awkward. Now let me, well, not awkward, but it's because it's a sticky thing. Everything like dust and little hairs and everything will stick on it, so you have to kind of like clean it constantly if you don't have it like in a closed area or something like that. So the idea, okay, let me show you this. The idea that I came across with was that I have it stick in a shiny plastic. Now this one comes out from the watercolor pencil from Tim Holtz, and actually this cut kind of fits in there, and it has like a little lip right here. I don't know if you can see that. See, has a lip, so when I can put it below my glass mat, it's like a little drawer. Well, you can't see that, but it acts like a little drawer. You go like this. Now let me show you, because this is an amazing thing too. I really like this. So the media grid, place it wherever you want on your mat, and then this thing sticks, right? You can put a paper, you can put your inks, and see, it's not moving. While if you put it in the glass, see, if I tap it, it will move. When you see, I tap it here, it doesn't go anywhere, especially when you're trying to ink something. So let's see, for the big ones as well, same situation with the big one. See, this thing is not going anywhere. Now that's pretty neat, because if I'm not using this, you know, I can always use this to hold that. The other cool thing about the media grid is, if, let's see if I can bring a paper. So let's say you have a piece of paper and then you want to ink it for some reason, you can place this on the media grid and the paper doesn't move. It doesn't go anywhere. It just stays there. See that? I'm doing this and it doesn't move. I'm making pressure with my fingers trying to move it up, and I can't do anything. So you can ink, you can, I don't know, do a lot of things. The only thing that Tim Holtz said on the video when he was showing the whole presentation of this was, the only thing that you might not want to use is embossing powder, because that will stick to the thing, and it could be a little bit crazy to take it out, even though you can, but I don't think it's a good idea. But so that's the media grid. And with the media grid as well, the main reason why I wanted the media grid was because I wanted it to place it on my Tim Holtz stamp platform. So I cut it with my scissors, kind of measured and cut it, and now if I put the paper, let me take the paper out, right? Okay, let me place it down. I think it's a better idea. I'm going to place it down. So basically, if I put my paper here, before you had to use your magnets, but now I still can use a magnet if I wanted to, but now this paper is not going anywhere with the media grid. I really like it. So let's say I want to stamp something. Well, let's try it out. I have a little stamp here. I'm going to put it here, right? And this is a Tim Holtz stamp from one of the collection sets from Tim Holtz. I'm going to pick it up. Well, no, I got to turn this around. I'm going to pick it up. There we go. I'm going to ink it with my new scorched timber. Okay. So I'm going to do that. You can ink it with whatever ink you want to ink it. That doesn't matter. So I'm going to just press it. See if it want to do a favor. And there you go. The paper didn't flip up. Usually when I did that, especially with a clear stamp like that, the paper will come up. And that was a kind of like an issue with that, because this platform only comes with this material on the bottom, which is just like a plastic. It's just plastic, and so the paper will be held by these things, but it tends to come up anyway. So now with the grid, it stays flat. It is magnificent. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. finally I can come back to this platform and use it more often. So I'm going to remove that, and let's take this out of here. So yeah, the media, I highly recommend the media grid if you don't have it, because I'm thinking I want to buy another one, to be quite honest with you, so I can have it for the big one, for the big glass platform, and for the big, I have a big stamping platform as well, so I would like to have, I would like to cut the same thing for the big one. So let me take this away. So the question is, how can you clean this? Well, you can use water, and you can use your little rack if you have one. Just clean it up. It's not doing too much, so I'm gonna try to use a little bit of paper towel, because it's not picking up the water, so I want it to pick the water. See? Just come with this and just clean it. Now all those fussy things go away. That's all you gotta do. You can also take this to your kitchen thing and just pour water, and that's it. And there you go. It's clean. So to store it, I with this, take it off, put it back on this, and just place it below my mat, and that's it. And I can put it back. So as you can see, this is awesome, especially this one, because see, the problem with these things is that everything sticks to them. So your surface, your glass mat, has to be very clean, so you don't have those fussy things going around. But this is very exciting because, again, I don't have the glare when I'm trying to present something to you. So we'll see. We'll try to go one way or the other depending on what I want to do or whatever. Now, if you don't know, if you're new to my channel and you don't know anything about Tim Holtz or anything like that, the way you use this mat is you can use ink like this, put a little bit of ink like that, pour a little bit of water, and then you can ink your paper, whatever you're trying to ink. And then you can also use your little dryer and dry it out. And that way you can do all kinds of things with this mat. All kinds of things you can do. Let's see. Just try to dry this a little bit. Now to clean it, right? You come, put a little bit of water, and then just clean it, and that's it. Now eventually, with time, this is gonna stain. This is never gonna be all the way white like it is right now. That I know, and I can see that the ink stained a little bit, but that's okay. I mean, like, that's okay with me. Some people don't like that, but to me, I'm so used to working with this type of material that it's okay. It will stain. Now, you don't want to use your StazOn ink like when you're stamping. What you don't want to use in this mat is your StazOn, if you have StazOn, or if you have, what's the other one? Let's see. Well, any archival or Memento, nothing that is not water-based, you don't want to use in the mat. Like what I used to do to ink, like, let me see, wait, I'm trying to bring some StazOn. This is StazOn. Like also Burstafine, you don't want to use, and the Burstafine Clear, you don't want to use any of those inks. Now, you might ask,
well, then what's the point? How am I going to ink if I want to stamp a nice stamp to my work?
And you're working, right? So, the way I used to do that, I mean, I guess everybody has a different process. But the way I used to do it was like, if I have to, let's say I'm doing a card or whatever, right? I'm doing my card. This is my card. Let's pretend that's my card, right? And I want to do my card, and I'm not using my stamping platform, right? I just want to stamp on top of this, and that's it. Because I'm using a wooden block, probably. Let's say I'm using my wooden block, right? This is a Tim Holtz wooden block. I would bring a white copy paper, or whatever paper you want, and then I will stamp, right, on top of the paper. That way I don't ruin the mat. So I'm gonna ink it very well so you can see what I mean. I mean, it's obvious, but sometimes people are visual. So I'm gonna, let's say that my card, I only want part of the corner of the stamp, okay? And obviously the stamp will go out of the paper that I'm going to stamp, and it's going to stain my mat. So I don't want to do that. Remember, none of this inks, you want to put that on your new travel mat. So I'm going to just stamp it on top of the white paper. Make sure none of that ink hits my mat. And that's how I would stamp my card. So it transferred to the paper, nothing happens to my mat. And that's how I used to do it way back in the days. Now, if you stamp with that stuff in your mat and you want to do that and that's okay with you, go for it. You do you. That's all I can say. But I personally never, I always tried that my brown one would stay as clean as possible, because it was like my presentation station at that time. And so that's that. That's that. Now yeah, so you see, you can there's many ways you can do this, but that's the way I used to stamp. Now guys, this is very exciting to me because it really, I mean, I've been doing Tim Holtz stuff for such a long time, and I've been doing YouTube videos for such a long time, that it's kind of nostalgic coming back to the surface. However, don't get me wrong, I love my medium mat. I love my glass medium mat. And with this, you can make so many cool things. And there's a difference, you know, when you apply ink, when you stamp, when you work on the surface. And the whole point is to create all kinds of cool things in any surface that you want to work on. So to me, that's great. So guys, I did put a poll on my community tab to see what card do you want me to make in the next video, and I did two options, right? We got an Easter card or a St. Patrick card. So go ahead and vote. Let me know what you like. The vote right now is going 33% Easter card and 67% St. Patrick card. So we need more votes. I would love for you guys to participate, and that way my next video gonna be that card and we're gonna make it together. Okay guys, so thank you guys for coming in. I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to click like and click also the subscribe button. That way you can check out more videos and more content that I make. And don't forget to click on the bell too, so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you in my next video. Goodbye.